Welcome to the Qualified Plans webinar, presented by Private Pension by Design and provided by Wealth and Wisdom Institute. This educational presentation contains the opinions and ideas of the presenter and is designed to provide useful advice with regard to its subject matter. The author, publisher, and presenter specifically disclaim any responsibility for liability, loss, or risk, personal or otherwise, that is incurred as a consequence, directly or indirectly, of the use and application of any of the contents of this presentation. No specific company or product will be discussed. If legal advice or other expert assistance is required, the services of a competent person should be sought. I would like to discuss with you an opportunity that you have that you may not be aware of, simply because no one has ever taken the time to discuss it with you. I believe this opportunity is so dramatic and critical to your financial future that everyone should be presented with it, even if they end up saying no to the opportunity. This money represents your wealth that you've been able to accumulate. And everyone wants their wealth to grow. Traditional thinking would have you believe that you are limited to just a few types of investments. This includes the stock market, qualified plans, real estate, and bank saving programs. The problem is, with these investments come some unintended consequences, such as possible market losses, accounting and management fees, taxes, maintenance costs, and possible estate tax implications. It seems no matter what you do, whether you earn money in these or not, transfers of your wealth will occur. There are two defining moments I want you to be aware of. First, your money will never be worth more than it is today. Second, this may be the lowest tax bracket you will ever be in. Take a moment and think about these two defining moments. Qualified plans. Let's look at an example. Everyone believes and is told to believe that qualified plans, such as IRAs or 401ks, are tax-saving vehicles. If someone 45 years of age were to deposit $2,000 into an IRA and they were in a 25% tax bracket, what would be the tax savings for doing this? Well, 25% of $2,000 is $500, which is thought to be the tax savings. If you could earn a 10% return on the IRA deposit, the amount would double every 7.2 years. At age 66, you would have $16,000 in the IRA account. And had you invested and earned 10% on your tax savings of $500 in a mutual fund, it would have grown to $4,000 at age 66. Unfortunately, the $500 is subject to capital gains tax over those years, and you would have paid $480 in taxes, leaving you with only $3,520 in that account. Now, when you go to withdraw the $16,000 from the qualified account at age 66, you must pay taxes on it. If you are lucky enough to still be in a 25% tax bracket when you retire, you owe $4,000 in taxes on the $16,000, but you only have $3,520 from your so-called tax savings to pay for it. Having understood the impact of demographics, do you believe taxes in the future are going to go up or down? Is it possible that you may retire to a higher tax bracket, such as 35%? If that were the case, you owe the government $5,600 on your $16,000 IRA withdrawal, but you still only have $3,520 in the savings to pay for it. You have to remember one important question. Whose future are you financing? Yours or the federal government's? If someone puts $416.67 per month into a qualified plan for 10 years for a total of $50,000.04, and they thought they could receive a 6% rate of return on this money during that 10 years, what would be their share if they retire to a 30% tax bracket? $47,797.40. Remember, they put in $50,000.04. Now this raises the question, are we sure we have sufficient funds to live on in the future? One of the factors that will be a strong draw against our retirement funds is who's going to pay for the national debt. The national debt on this slide is 18 trillion, but currently it's approaching 20 trillion. Go to www.usdebtclock.org and you can see the update figures. And remember, the figures on this slide are just the interest that we're paying. Debt to the penny. Only one division of the government must tell the truth about the government debt. Is it the president? No. Is it the Congress? No. Is it the Treasury? No. Is it the Government Accounting Office? No. There is only one department that must tell the truth. It's the Bureau of Public Debt. This is where foreign countries go to decide whether to invest in our T-bills and government bonds. They have their own website and list the debt daily. In the last 50 years, there has never been a time when this debt went down. This will have a tremendous impact on future taxes and your money. Let's look at some tax facts. Taxes are the greatest transfer of your wealth. If you believe that taxes are going to go down in the near future, then I'm really truly concerned about you. Recent tax history and government's spending habits are leading us in only one direction: higher taxes. For instance, state and local government taxes increased 168% faster than national income. The average worker needed to work 1.4 months in 1928 to pay for the federal, state, and local government spending, compared to working 5 months today. That is a 300% more increase. Recent years marked the highest inflation-adjusted taxes, $22,000 plus, ever paid in history for a median income double career family, and new records have been set each year since 2000. To survive financially in the future, you must know the lessons and have the ability to apply knowledge in your everyday financial lives. Lessons that are not being taught by traditional financial planners are taxes going to be higher or lower in the future? When should you take money out of your qualified plan? When you signed up for your qualified plan, did you check the 30% loss or the 40% loss tax box? In a qualified plan, are you financing your future or the government's future? Is a qualified retirement account a tax savings event? Questioning qualified plans. In a qualified plan, are you financing your future or the government's future? Remember that statement. If you discover that in working together we could increase your money supply, create more or better benefits for you, reduce the element of risk in future taxation, is this the type of planning that you would like to pursue? If we could accomplish these goals, and also perhaps you for these events without you spending one more dime than you're already spending, would you do it? Again, if I could tell you the exact day that your retirement will suffer its greatest loss, do you want to know that day? And having that information, if you could eliminate some of those losses, would you do it? If so, please contact me at 303-798-6363 or go to my web or email me at walt@privatepensionbydesign.com. Thank you for attending this webinar, and I hope it has been informative to you and you have been able to understand what a qualified plan is and is not.